Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Today I'm bringing you guys an update on my 24-gallon Aqua Top Planet tank. I've been having this tank set up for about 3 months now. So today I'm bringing you guys an update. Let you guys know how this tank been. If you guys haven't noticed, I actually moved this tank from where it was. It's currently set up in our bedroom. Being in the room where I edit and upload all the videos, I'm not in that room most of the day. I was only there to feed the aquarium, or when I had to make time cards for my job, or when I had to edit the videos. So my wife and I just decided to put it in our bedroom. That way we could see this tank more often when we wake up and before we go to bed. Since the lights turn on at 12 p.m. and shut off at 10 p.m., it gives us a pretty long time to see the tank when we are in our room, and it actually looks better since the stand next to it is black, and it also brings more life into our room. So let's jump into this tank and give you guys an update on what's new, what's different, and what's been going on with this Planet tank setup. As you guys can see, not that much has changed in this aquarium. What I thought to be a successful Planet tank setup, it just became a Planet tank setup that came to a halt or a pause because it never thrived. My plants never really grew. Nothing really flourished in this aquarium. I don't know what it could be. When I first set up this aquarium, I did start with sand, and I also had, as for the aquascape, I used to have dragonstone, but I removed the dragonstone because I needed it for my high-tech Planet tank build that it's going on my 30-gallon Innovative Marine tank, which I'm currently going through the dry start method phase. So that removing the dragonstone left a really empty space on this aquarium, so I decided to add a large piece of driftwood. But after I removed the sand, and you guys can tell I don't have the sand anymore, I went ahead and I was going through a lot of planted tank substrate. At one point I thought of going dirted tank again, since for me the dirted tank method worked really good. The plants grew really fast, everything looked really flourished. But I didn't really want to go through the dirted Planet method again, so I decided to go with the Planet tank substrate. I was gonna go with the Amazonia and the Fluostratum. At that point, I think they were just a little bit off my budget, so I went with more budget friendly, which was the Seachem Fluoride substrate for Planet tanks. And that is the substrate that I have now. This is the black substrate of Seachem Fluoride. To be honest, guys, I've had this substrate for about 3 to 4 months now. I haven't seen any benefits of having it. I haven't seen any growth on my plants either. I don't think it has anything that is beneficial for the plants. I am subscribed to another fellow YouTuber who had the Seachem Fluoride as well, and he also experienced this. He noticed that there wasn't really any growth, any benefits for the plants, and he switched it for the Fluostratum, and within a couple of days he started to notice bigger root growth, plant growth with the Fluostratum. So yeah, that's not one reason why I went Fluostratum. After my experience with this, I knew this is not meant for plants because there's no benefit of it. But I got Fluostratum because I wanted to start a high tank setup, which I thought this tank was going to be that with Planet tank with a plant substrate and with a good light, which is the AI Prime Freshwater. But this tank never flourished, in my opinion. The plants were dying. As you guys can see, the plants look in bad shape. Now you can see, if I could show you guys a little bit from the top, if you see the bright leaves, that's because they're actually growing. One reason why they're growing is because I had to add root taps. They're the Thrive capsule root taps that I use, and it does help the plants a little bit, at least to thrive and grow, or to have some life while they're in this tank. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these lights for these plants, sorry, for my new setup, but I am going to keep this tank for now. Sorry guys for the cloudiness of the water. I really need a surface skimmer to keep this water clear. So yes, let's go back with the substrate, which I want to talk a little bit more. Also, at first I did like the substrate, how it looked. It was something different than having the sand. Also with the sand, I was growing a lot of algae in the sand bed. So that's one reason I removed the sand, and I wanted to try this substrate since Seachem said it was meant for plants. It does look a little bit sharp, and that was something that I was scared because of the reviews where people were saying that it would actually cut the Cory cat's little whiskers, but that hasn't been the case for me. My Cory cat that I have back there still has its whiskers, so it doesn't seem like it affects it. I like how it looks, but to be honest, it does look like little glass sharp substrate grains that I have from this Seachem. I don't want to bash Seachem fluoride substrate. I mean, it's a nice substrate, but it's not a substrate meant for plants, so they shouldn't sponsor it that is for plants, because there is no benefits for it to be for plants. Now let me step away from the topic of the substrate. As you guys knew, I did remove the Dragonstone. The tank looked really empty, so what I did add a large piece of driftwood that my barber gave me. He's also a friend, and he also keeps fish. He had 2 large pieces of driftwood, and he just gave them to me. And I decided to add this one here for this tank because it looked pretty empty, and I wanted to have a little aquascape going on as well. Also, I added a bunch of Anubias that they start from the bottom, they go all the way up there. These, one of my brothers in Christ gave them to me, and they've grown. Just one thing with this aquarium, I always get algae, and I don't know why. If you guys know why I get algae on my Anubias, so yes, please let me know, because it does stop the growth of the Anubias. I don't know if should I get a certain type of fish that will eat the algae. What type of algae is this? Also, when he had these Anubias in his tank, they all grew really fast, but he does have a low-tech setup, a stock light that comes with those Tetras 29-gallon tanks, but it grows his Anubias. Since Anubias are low light plants, that could probably be one of the problems why it doesn't really thrive in my tank, because of my light setup. Then here I have my Amazon Swartz, which they are growing slowly, but they are actually growing good. This one looks healthy. The other ones have the same problem with that algae. I just added root taps about 3 days ago, so hopefully the root taps help them, as I seen the root taps help my Repens and my Wisteria as well. Guys, look, even Jungle Bell, which most people call a pest for the planet tanks, which they say it grows rapidly, it takes over aquariums. Not on my aquarium. I don't know, I'm really disappointed with the substrate, but there's nothing we could do about it. But yeah guys, there's nothing really different. My fish are doing well, my fish are doing okay. My Molly here, what was it called? Forgot what that Molly was called. Oh, it's like that one dog, Dimension? No, not Dimension. I I forgot what it was called. But anyhow, that Molly was gray and black, and it's turning all black. So it morphed. At one point, I thought it had egg because it had a bunch of little white dots on its body. But I was like, wait, no, it's morphing to a totally all black Molly. Also, as you guys can see there, I have a red beta. This beta was given to my nephew when I gave him this 9-gallon Fluoflex aquarium, which they weren't really taking care of it, so he also had it at my mom's house, and my mom just said take it because they don't take care of it. So I brought it. I have the tank with me, but it's not set up, and I brought the fish here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to keep. Probably give it away or take it to a pet store, because my wife, she's been wanting a shrimp tank, and we might make this into a shrimp tank setup, but we're not sure if the shrimp would do well with all these fish here. Also, I know I don't really know that much things about shrimp, so I don't know if they have specific requirements they need to live. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to cut the video for now, guys. Thank you again for watching. There isn't really that much to talk about regarding this aquarium, guys. Like I said, everything has stopped growing. There isn't really nothing to talk about this tank. I mean, it's still a beautiful tank. Even in person, it is really beautiful. It's a tank you could enjoy. Sometimes I just sit down here and look at it, or I lay down in bed and look at it. But there isn't really nothing new with this tank. I just wish the plants would have grown a little bit better. I hope I didn't have that problem with the algae. I feed my fish once a day, sometimes twice a day, depending. I just try to keep this tank clean. Like I said, the substrate didn't work for me, and I might do a Dirty Planet tank, I'm not sure. But anyhow, for now, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. If you like this content, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, comment down below if you have any recommendations or opinions regarding this aquarium, guys. Have a great day, and I hope you guys' tanks are doing awesome. Till then, guys, I'm out. Peace.